Hey there, it's Ian Koniak, and today I'm going to share how to live a happy and fulfilled life. I know normally my sales content is specifically about how to sell more, and I've been on paternity leave for about 7 weeks, and I have 5 weeks to go, and this time has given me a lot more time to spend with my family and reflect on kind of some of the things that are most important, and it didn't feel fully authentic solely to focus on sales training, because ultimately you can sell a lot more, you can make a lot more money, and it doesn't mean that you're going to be happier. In fact, when I had a couple of my biggest years in sales and made over 7 figures and truly crushed it, it was very unfulfilling. And while I'm giving a lot of advice and guidance to make more money, what I want everyone to know is that money and success is not bring happiness in any way, shape, or form. And I've experienced this firsthand. In fact, I struggled with addiction, and I struggled with always feeling like I had this void. Even during my biggest years, it was like, is that it? Is that really why I've worked my whole life for? So today I'm going to give you some tips on how to truly live a happy and fulfilled life. And all I can say is I'm not like a full expert on happiness, but I do know what's worked for me, and I know what's worked for other people that I mentor or that mentor me, and that I've seen in my personal life, as well as some people that I follow that focus in this specific area. And a few years ago, the Harvard Business Review they released a TED Talk on the key to happiness, and some of this content is verified by studies of happiness over the past couple hundred years. And so here we go. The first thing to be truly happy, because that's what we all want, isn't it? It's not success, it's happiness and fulfillment, is you need to have strong connections, and specifically immediate connections with your family, which is even more important than any other connections with friends or colleagues, right? In your immediate home, if you have a strong family bond, if you enjoy your partner and getting along with them and your children and genuinely take the time to spend with them, that is huge. And then also having connections outside of your family, having an immediate network of close friends that you can relate to, or perhaps a mastermind groups that you belong to, other social engagement. The people that are isolated, that feel disconnected, that are by themselves, they die younger, they're lonelier. There's an awesome TED Talk that talks exactly about this, but they studied happiness for the past 75 years. They followed people from the time they were little to the time they grew old, and that was the number one determinant of happiness. It's like having that strong family bond and having close connections with friends. The second thing is contribution, actually giving and serving other people. If you feel like you're just taking and consuming versus giving, it's very empty. In giving to others, oftentimes you will fill your own cup. You will find that void that you've been missing by giving back, giving your gifts and sharing. In my own life, I try to do this in a few ways. Number one, I make these videos, which helps a lot of people do better in their jobs when they're discouraged or feeling like they don't have the answers. A lot of times I'll watch videos and I get a lot of feedback every day, which is really makes me feel good, because I'm helping other people and there's no strings attached. I'm doing it to serve. The second way you can contribute is with your family, right? Actually contributing your time, feeling like you are giving your time as well as being a good provider, financially or otherwise. So taking care of your family. I'm fortunate where my wife doesn't have to work, and I have an amazing family that I provide for, and that feels like I'm contributing. But it's also more than just being a good provider. It's making sure that you're contributing around the house. You're helping with dishes. I do all the cooking right now for my family because we have a newborn. And so it doesn't need to be like contributing your life purpose per se, but you need to feel like you are giving in a true way, not just giving financially, but giving your time or a service or some gifts. The final way that I contribute is by helping people who struggle with addiction. I personally have been an addict my whole life. I was a very highly functioning, high performing addict, but I had addictions to gambling, to getting drunk, like binge drinking, certainly pot, video games, you name it. I had it, pornography. All that stuff has stopped. I've literally cut off all these addictions. Adderall was another one because I wanted to perform, and I have ADD. I've literally this year turned all that stuff off because I I found that I have more clarity and more clear-headedness than ever before, and those addictions no longer serve me. I left them behind. And there's times when, sure, you want to check out, you're tired, but you can do it in healthy ways. You can go for a long walk. You can go for, you can watch a movie. You can talk to your wife. You can study the Bible. You can do healthy things, spend time with your children. These are all healthy things. Whereas addictions, drinking, and things that, like smoking pot, things that basically tune you out are just basically self-indulgent, right? And if you're truly giving and contributing, you're not trying to indulge yourself. There's a difference between self-care and gluttony and self-indulgence. And that's really important, is letting go of things that are selfish, that don't serve you and that don't serve other people. And that's why I've stopped doing all these things that, we're just basically, I don't have time or space for in my life. And then the last thing that truly does help with being happy and fulfilled is the concept of growth, right? Knowing that you're going somewhere and every day getting a little bit closer to ideally your future self. The person you are today is not necessarily the person that you're going to be in the future. And if you feel like you have goals and desires and you're growing towards them, right? You're getting better, not getting worse or not staying the same, but truly getting better, you will be happy. That could be any kind of growth goals. It could be a goal for losing weight, right? It could be, a goal for strength training. It could be physical, health related. It could be a goal for improving your marriage and the quality of your family. It could be a goal for sales, right? Actually going through and actually feeling like you're getting better in your career. You're learning, you're growing, you're actually getting better at your craft. It doesn't matter what it is. It's really important that you have goals and you actually stick to them. The process and the journey of growing brings tremendous fulfillment. And that's something that never stops. Once you hit your goal, you got to get more uncomfortable and get to a higher level goal. So my goals right now is truly to continue to perform at Salesforce, but also to build a successful coaching and training business, to be the best husband and father that I can be, to mentor and help other people who might struggle with addictions, to stay sober myself, to learn about the Bible and learn about God's purpose for me and His will for me and how I can live that every day, to become a better cook. There's a million goals that I have, right? So I don't understand how people can be so bored or, hold up with COVID. Oh my God. Because ultimately the growth work you do is your own, that's unique to you, that's your goals and where you want to go. And you're either making time for that or you're just tuning out and doing things like watching TV or consuming content. But when you really have strong goals and you're growing, you don't have time or space for those other things that are distractions and pull you away from your goals. So those are the keys. Again, growth, contribution, and connection. Focus on those things. Yes, it's great to be the best. Yes, you got to prove you can sell a lot, but ultimately you got to also focus on what's important. And I hope this is really helpful because at the end of the day, I want everyone who's watching to be happy, to live a fulfilled life. I've been very blessed to experience this in my own life in a way that I never have before. And I know what I'm doing is not alone, and there's a lot of other people who are in the same boat as me before, and I hope this can be an inspiration for them. All right, talk to you soon.